I'll tell you, I have some very unsupportive friends and family. It's a shame, but not everyone can enjoy such a solid support system. And unfortunately, it negatively affects me. Prime example, this past summer, over the span of about 3 months, I went to the gym twice. Not just once, twice.
I saw you there.
For a total workout time of about 90 whole minutes. And could you imagine that not one of my friends or family even noticed, let alone complimented my muscle mass progression. Frankly, this utter lack of support forced me to cancel my membership. I haven't been back since, and it is entirely their fault. Man, the gym has got to be top 3 worst places to go. Top 3 easy. And for a multitude of reasons. Yes, of course, the physical act of deliberately exerting energy is miserable. Actually utilizing muscles and whatnot. But that's not even the worst part. The guaranteed worst part of the gym, the underrated worst part of the gym is the guarantee of small talk. You see, if you spend any more than a few months at the same gym, even the most skillful of us small talk detractors will fall victim to making unwanted acquaintances, usually by chance, mistake, or even inopportune eye contact. And then suddenly, each and every time you see that acquaintance at the gym, there will be a requirement of small talk. Even if it's just a wave, a handshake, or a nod, which of course are the just slightly less annoying cousins of small talk. Symptoms of small talk, if you will. And the gym is absolutely brimming with what I like to call small talk connoisseurs. Those people who are on the hunt for small talk victims. Those people that actually like talking to other people, they call them friendly people. I call them fucking sickos, okay? And you gotta remain vigilant, man. You gotta remain vigilant because these friendly folk are stealthy. You don't even see them coming and they'll get you in a flash. And at the gym, all it takes is a single innocent question like, "Sir, are you done using that machine?" And bam, they got you. All because you unfortunately decide to wear an old high school t-shirt. This guy's suddenly telling you all about his dog days of doing gymnastics back at your alma mater. And as he's babbling on, sheer anguish is mounting in your insides because you know damn well that even after you wiggle yourself out of this conversation, you are now required to acknowledge this guy each and every time you see him at the gym. Because you now know that he did the uneven bars back at your high school in 1978. And it doesn't take very long for these unwanted acquaintances to multiply. Suddenly one day you'll emerge from the locker room and to your utter despair, see that standing between you and the machine that you want to use across the gym are 7 different small talk pit stops. 7 different acquaintances that you'll have to wave to, shake their hand, or comment on the fucking weather to. And that is just too much to bear. So instead, you devise a plan to avoid the small talk sympathizers. You decide to flank them. Go around the old Stairmasters that no one uses. So you venture off on your route, and who's the first person you see doing jumping jacks right in your way? Some girl you went to grade school with, who you should say hi to, but you want to fucking do that. So now you are completely surrounded by small talk booby traps. It is simply unsafe. Therefore, your only plan of action at this point is to retreat to the locker room, retrieve your keys, and get the fuck out of here. The gym life is in really sort of a renaissance, if you will. You see all these buff people getting back into it, and frankly, I don't understand why. If you're working your heart and you're doing aerobics with your thing, that's one thing. But these people pumping heavy iron their whole lives, like why? It's not like the Roman times anymore where you have to go out on the street and battle someone mano a mano for like the fucking right to mate. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Unless you're an athlete, muscles are pretty much just for show in the 21st century. So that leads me to believe that dudes are hitting the gym just to impress females, and I guess they realize that it's 2018 and girls don't give a shit about your bicep size anymore. Maybe they do, I don't fucking know. But what I do know is that these guys instead spend 2 hours a day learning how to make a girl laugh, and I don't know, learning how to not be a douchebag, they'd have a lot more success than being able to brag about benching 250.
Preach it! Preach it!
He's gonna hear it. Speaking of females, I actually went on a date this past summer. What a mistake. mistake that was. I'll be honest, I am scared to date because dating genuinely hurts. And I'm not just talking about heartbreak or heartache or any of that nonsense. I'm saying that dating is genuinely is physically painful. Just like you don't realize how much you swallow until you have a sore throat, and it hurts every time you do. You don't realize how much you fart until you have a cute girl sitting beside you. You gotta hold them all in. The first few are alright, you can handle it, but very soon it gets to be overwhelming. That rerouted gas turns into explosives in your stomach. Hand grenades going off in there. Your insides start freaking out. They're screaming, "What's he doing? Sending them back in!" It's like 4th of July in there. It's like, the finale is like, and eventually the girl hears it and you're like, "Man, I must be hungry, my stomach's growling." Even though it's just trapped gas screaming from your insides causing general chaos. So there are a lot of big firsts when it comes to new relationships, or so I assume. But as the guy in a relationship, you know, you got your first date is a big one, your first kiss, the first time you meet the parents, the first time you have sex. And it should be in that order, okay, children? And as a guy in the relationship, I'd argue that the most decisive first is that first time when you were with her, when you could no longer deter that determined flatulence any longer and have no choice but to just let it rip. Hey! You hold on to something, you brace yourself, you let it free, and you await her response in trepidation. That first fart could be so grotesque. She could get up right then and there and leave your ass before that gas even has a chance to dissipate, leaving you to wallow in your own stench. Or you could get the much sought after giggle. Of course, it's best to ease her in. You gotta build up to the bloody awful ones over time. You're playing with fire if you start right off with the big boys. You know, those earthquake-inducing type deals. You gotta save those until she's already helplessly trapped in the relationship. Girls, of course, don't have to worry about this because, as has been scientifically proven by yours truly, girls do not poop, therefore, of course, do not fart. There's actually a second reason why I am genuinely scared to date. So the only ones of my friends who inaccurately and frankly incorrectly believe that women defecate are my friends who have girlfriends. So right now, women are nearly perfect in my mind. They're the only Homo sapiens that can think logically and aren't driven solely by greed and sexual impulse. They magically don't grow hair into their armpits. They're kind, a truly remarkable species. Now I don't want to date one and risk discovering that they too are all just crazy lunatics. So if I manage to remain single for my entire life, this impeccable vision will remain unblemished. I'm already fully aware that all mothers are crazy. I don't want to risk discovering. But seriously. But seriously, in a time when everyone is so keen on pointing out all of our differences, the one thing that we all have in common, if nothing else, is that all of our moms are fucking crazy. It's science.
Hello.
It's science. It's science. The moment a living life form passes through a woman's cervix, a latent crazy switch is thrown on. And of course, there's not just one type of crazy mom. No. They come in many different forms. You have who I like to call your BCs, your blatant crazies. Those are your moms. Those are the moms who everyone knows is crazy. All your friends, your entire school, the whole neighborhood, everyone. Now you also have the cool, understanding mom who remembers what it used to be like to be a kid. Now the children of BCs like to believe that this type of mother isn't crazy, but they're dead fucking wrong. Because this type of mother is just as crazy, just in different, more subtle ways. You have your Qs, your quiet and subdued moms, fucking crazy. They are all equally crazy. I guess that's the only coping mechanism with the burden of child raising. So to all you mothers out there, shout out to Joyce. We love you dearly, and we couldn't live without you, but you're all fucking crazy. I'm now at that dreadful age where I have to start doing like grown-up things without my mom's assistance, and I am struggling. I am failing miserably. Just like seemingly simple stuff too that you always used to take for granted, like setting up a fucking dentist appointment. And I was exposed the other day. So I'm going to a dermatologist appointment, right? An appointment which I set up by myself. Thank you very much. But so I'm going into this appointment by myself, right? But I'm going in solo, but I'm confident. I'm like, you could do this, Mike. I'm pumping myself up and I'm heading into this building. So I'm about 5-10 minutes late, so right on time. So I first open this door, march up to the receptionist, give her my name, and she hits me with bad news right off the bat. She tells me that I forgot to fill out the necessary forms online. So I'm like, all right, shaky start, shaky start. So she gives me the forms, and I go find a little corner and start filling them out. And by filling them out, I mean circling all the no's to every question, not really reading anything. And at this point, I'm still feeling pretty confident. I waltz back up to the receptionist, plop the papers down, and that's when she hits me with a whole slew of big words that I was just not equipped to handle. Such as referral of authorization, specialist, secondary and primary physicians. She's giving me fax numbers. And as she's talking, I'm nodding like I'm understanding, but in reality, I have no idea what the fuck she's talking about. And that's when I glance to my left, glance to my right, and remember that I'm all alone. I gotta know that. So she finishes talking, and all I could muster was a, what? So at this point, I think she recognizes my perplexity, probably being a mother herself, and repeats her instructions. Just slower this time. But in actuality, all I'm doing is mentally recording this message so I could run back to my seat, call my mom, and ask her what the hell to do. So that's what I do. I run back to my corner, call my mom, and when she doesn't answer, the panic officially starts to set. So I call her about 2 or 3 or 16 more times. Still no answer. And that's when I realized that I'm officially out on an island by myself and I got no help coming. But instead of withering away, I channel my inner big boy and I get to work. So I still have these instructions in my head, right? So I write them down. In order to be seen here, I must contact my primary physician and request a referral of authorization to be faxed to the secondary care facility in order to be seen by a specialist. Whoa. I was in trouble, man. I was in trouble. But all right, so I look up my normal doctor's number, primary physician apparently, give them a call. At this point, I'm in the hallway pacing back and forth, trying to keep my composure up. And it takes me no less than 20 minutes to get someone on the phone. You know, I'm pressing 4 for this department, 5 for this branch, 4 for this doctor. Finally, I get to the blood work and lab department, and they have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Thankfully, they transfer me over to the front desk, and I recite my spiel of primary physicians and secondary care facilities and fax numbers. And this lady just kicks me while I'm already down. She tells me that they no longer do referrals via fax. It must be done digitally, and it must go through a second party. It's about an hour after my appointment was supposed to be at this point. I very meekly re-enter the office, limp up to the front desk. Luis, I'm now on first name basis with the receptionist. She tells me to go sit down while she takes care of a couple other patients. I go to my old familiar corner, start flipping through a fucking People's magazine, and then guess who walks in the fucking door? Mr. Uneven Bars from the fucking gym. The thought of engaging in small talk at such a vulnerable moment was entirely too much to handle. I had no other choice but to put the magazine over my face, put my head down, and get the fuck out of there. I'll take my chances with the peculiar looking pimple.